Greetings. Welcome to the virtual command environment. I'm the artificial intelligence who will be assisting you.
Program complete. Enter when ready.
Glad you're here. This is a great honor for you, to be invited to such a prestigious event. Everything is ready for your trip. So go and get to the top. Oh yes, I'll need your report when you get back. Lenny, good luck.
First morning, blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning. praise for them springing fresh from the world. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where his feet pass.
In the morning when the world was begun, I danced on the moon and the stars and the sun. I came down from heaven and I danced on the earth. At Bethlehem I had my birth. Dance, dance, wherever you may be, I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I lead you all. Wherever you may be, and I lead you all in the dance, said he. I danced for the scribe and the Pharisee. They would not dance and they wouldn't follow me. I danced for the fishermen, James and John. They came with me and the dance went on. Dance, dance, wherever you may be, I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I lead you all. Wherever you may be, and I lead you all in the dance, said he. I danced on the Sabbath and I cured the lame. The holy people said it was a shame. They whooped and stripped and they hung me high, and they left me there on the cross to die. Dance, dance, wherever you may be, I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I lead you all. Wherever you may be, and I lead you all in the dance, said he. I danced on a Friday when the sky turned black. It's hard to dance with the devil on your back. They buried my body and they thought I'd gone, but I am the life and I still go on. Dance, dance, wherever you may be, I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I lead you all. Wherever you may be, and I lead you all in the dance, said he. They took me down, but I leapt up high. I am the life that will never, never die. I live in you if you live in me, for I am the Lord of the dance, said he. And dance, dance, wherever you may be, I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I lead you all. Wherever you may be, and I lead you all in the dance, said he. Dance, dance, wherever you may be, I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I lead you all. Wherever you may be, and I lead you all in the dance, said he.
She doesn't like having pictures taken ever.
Oh, there again. I was just
Yeah.
not telling you how to stand as such. I get you all some totally happy slightly. That's okay. Brilliant. And hands in front, that's right. Just slide it just a bit. Hands in front, brilliantly. If you're practicing. You're perfect. Can I just get you to take a couple of spaces that way if you need? Don't go too far because you'll want to do it. Right. Now you know how you guys were stood perfectly earlier on? That's animal facing the same way to this side, the opposite feet. That's alright. Oh, I see. Okay. Thank you.
One more round there. There we go. Just in case Molly goes over.
Okay. Brilliant. Hands in front again if that's all right.
Nice and close together, gents. We're all friends here. Yeah, a little bit too close. That's too close. No, take your arm away from there. Okay. Can we just squeeze it a bit more on that side if that's all right?
Please, Dad. Can I just get you to actually cross over that one? Brilliant. Thank you. Wonderful.
Yes, you said cross over, not sort. Okay, lovely. Thanks very much. Give each other a kiss for me, please. Lovely. Get a room. That's enough. Okay, go on then.
I'll have an just inhaled one.
That's £100 fine.
Brilliant. Now you need to be fetching them
Pick
out
her up.
where they've fallen.
Well, Louise is catching a fair few there. It could be some time. That's inappropriate for me to be getting that now.
Especially with teeth, leave it. Just
Right, Rich, I'm going to need you to do car shots when I'm going through.
You are getting it.
Where's Steve? Yeah, we're going.
If there was more people here, I'd shake it up and spray them.
There's too much camera work around here. It costs a lot of money.
You're right, no,
yeah, nice, isn't it?
Hey.
Hey! Champagne. Oh, wow, look at.
would like to start by giving a very warm welcome to the relatives, friends who joined us here today to help celebrate Louise and Lee's wedding. I would also like to welcome Lee's family into our family. I know that many of you have travelled some distance to be here, not least Emma, who's come all the way from America. Thank you all for coming to help make this a very special day. I hope you all have a very enjoyable afternoon and evening. I am indeed a very proud man today, and I think you'll agree that Louise looks absolutely stunning. Thanks, Frank. It is quite unbelievable how fast your kids grow up. It doesn't seem that long ago since she was a small baby. I can clearly recall a time when she was learning to read. One day over the local park, she demonstrated to me that she could read aloud all of the swear words that were sprayed on the wall. I remember the look of pride on her little face, and I'm sure there was a look of shock on mine. During Louise's teenage years, she was at times a bit of a horror. There's some people in this room that probably remember that. But today, both myself and Barb could not be more pleased with how she's grown into a wonderful young lady who is hard-working, fun, kind, thoughtful, generous, popular. I could go on, but I'm struggling to read her writing. Louise and Lee share many interests. Their love of travel, music, films, entertaining, and socialising with their family and friends. They also share a very similar sense of humour. We hadn't known Lee very long when Louise announced that she was moving up to Leicester to be with him. Not long after that, they were driving off into the distance in Lee's Transco van. It seemed obvious that he brought the van to accommodate her vast collection of shoes. I remember thinking how well planned and thoughtful that was. It became clear a couple of weeks later, when he appeared with a new computer, that he hadn't just taken Louise away from us, he had in fact done a straight swap. He has since tried to drag me kicking and screaming into the 21st century. As you know, they've been together now for nearly 10 years, and they share a lovely home. They got engaged whilst we were on holiday in the Caribbean in 2011. The drunken celebrations went on well into the night, and into the pool. It seemed a long time until the wedding, but the time has just flown by. I would particularly like to commend Louise and Lee on the amount of time and effort that they put into arranging everything to make this happen. And it was evident from the start just how important it was to both of them that their guests enjoy themselves today. I would also like to thank everyone that has helped out. A big thank you to the bridesmaids, you all look gorgeous. And the blokes in suits don't look too shabby either. We welcomed Lee into our family some years ago, and myself and Barb have grown very fond of him. He's actually a good fella. In Louise's words, just a few weeks ago she said, "We are a good team, we are perfect for each other." Myself and Barb don't disagree with that. I would like to wish you both a happy and healthy life, and all the very best for the future together. Please join me in raising your glasses in a toast to the happy couple. Cheers. And I'd like to pass you over to Lee.
Cheers, Pete. Checks in the post, mate. Distinguished guests of no particular distinction, relatives young and old, friends, freeloaders, hangers-on, gypsies, tramps, thieves, and anybody else who may have wandered in. I think that covers it. You're about to witness a unique event in history. The very first and very last time my wife is going to let me speak on behalf of both of us. So without further ado, my wife and I was told that to get a bit of cheer, come on, Christ's sake. We'd like to thank you for coming to share our special day. It means a great deal to us, especially to have so many people here from far and wide. Really amazes me how far people are willing to travel for a free meal. I do get free drinks, right? This is where the speech might sound a bit rubbish. To be honest with you, I really am crapping myself about this. But for those family, close friends and officers, you'll know that that's probably a likely occurrence, especially after I've had a drink of the red wine. Anyway, moving on. To be honest, I didn't really know where to start when writing a group speech. I don't know, you always get tired of the best men, because that's the bit that apparently is the good bit of the speech, so I hope I'm not boring you too much. Anyway, I thought I'd go on the internet and figure out what I was meant to do, and after a few hours I found some really, really good stuff. But then I realised I was meant to be writing a group speech, not looking at other stuff. But with that in mind, I'll keep it short, just how long skirts. Well, not mine. But you know what I mean there, right? Okay. Anyway, before I start in anger, there's going to be a few toasts during the speech, so make sure your glasses are charged and don't down it at the first go, mentioning no names. Bob. In case some of you don't know the story of how Louise and I met, I thought I'd just give you a brief overview. Way back in 2004, was it? Oh, there we go, 2003, smart ass. Louise and I met on holiday in Tenerife, a place called O'Neill's Bar in Playa de las Americas to be exact. After our initial meet, we ended up seeing each other every night, although I'm not quite sure how we managed that, because every night that we met, Louise was a little bit boozy, to say the least, and was actually a complete fool. You find that hard to believe, do you, really? Yeah, so she was actually totally daft. A few weeks later, I met her mum, Bob, and then everything became clear. It's true! Did you hear any arguments from my right-hand side here, really? So, 9 years later, Louise is now my wife. Some might say it's actually the world's longest holiday romance, whereas others may say it is a holiday romance gone wrong. Not me, darling. So, as is tradition, I've got some thank yous to go through, so please bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves if you get bored, it's absolutely fine. So, firstly, I just want to thank Pete and Bob, my new mum and dad. I have to say, their generosity throughout this whole affair has been fantastic. Them stumping up a significant amount of cash to actually put on this spread and everything has been absolutely fantastic. Without them, this day wouldn't be anywhere near the perfect day that Louise deserves. I also want to thank you for welcoming me into the family so willingly, generally feeding me too much and being a bad influence on me. Of course, that's all about Pete there. You know, the bad influence of it. It's not as if it's bad. I genuinely couldn't have asked for nicer in-laws, although I looked upon you more as drinking partners than in-laws. And as a token of appreciation, I've got a couple of gifts, if you wouldn't mind bringing one of the bouquets. And no, not for you, you tart. That's for you. It's an untraditional wedding gift, but yeah, Bob, for you, love. You can play peekaboo if you want. I also want to thank Owen and Arthur for their generous contribution to this day. my mum's no longer with us. She was really looking forward to this day. We just promised her that she would be here. Unfortunately, she can't be. And I miss her so much. It's she would have done everything that's been put on for us here. So I'd just like to do a toast. If you raise your glasses to my mum. Right, there we go, what's my place? While we're talking about money, I've just got to say, Dad, Kayla, Sam, Stevie, thank you so much for your generous contribution to our honeymoon. It's just going to make it incredible. I promise I won't spend all the money on tequila, even though it makes me happy. So now, this is a speech from Louise as well, of course. So this is Louise's part. She said, I'd like to thank Mum, Dad, Arthur and Gaynor for raising such a handsome, intelligent and witty son who is generous, wise, a very modest man who is, I've already said handsome. But seriously, thanks for your incredible love and support over the years, and for teaching me the difference between right and wrong. Generally instilling in me whatever it is that convinced this gorgeous woman to marry me, and on that score alone, you should all be very proud. I'm certainly proud to have you as my parents. It's not very often that a person gets two sets of parents. For that, I'm very grateful. It's just a bit of a shame that between four of you, not one of you can sort out my dodgy golf swing. So anyway, and I've got some gifts for you as well, guys. So if we can just take 2 seconds to sort that out. Jesus, how did you spend it? Sorry, I'm still here. You might not see me behind this big bouquet of flowers. Apart from my wife, we've got a few other princesses in the room today. Jim, Paul and Tom, my ushers. So come on down, guys, we've got a few small gifts for you as well. Come on down, the price is right. I just want to also thank Paul for being our chauffeur earlier on. We've got a nice little vintage camper van that we thought we'd take use of. And I also want to say big thanks to our little godsons, Zach, for being forced into being a page boy. So, while he's here, hey Zach! Zach! Come here, mate. And it's not even your birthday. How good is that? Is that good? So now that's all done. Raise your glasses to the ushers and fantastic page boy. Right, now to the best men. A bit reluctant to thank them at this moment. I've got no idea what they've got in store for me with the speeches later on. But I'll go against my better judgment and say it very quickly. I will of course be holding back the gifts until after the speeches. Man, again, thanks for your hard work in organising the staff do. We had a brilliant time. Although you now have caused a situation whereby North down there thinks he's Rambo. Cockney Rambo at that, actually. There we go, yeah. Steve, we've been best friends for a long time, mate. I can't thank you enough for being there that day. For that, I'll never forget. So, raise your glasses again, guys. To the best, mate. Oh, crap, yeah, we've got gifts. Sorry, I mean, oh dear, there's gifts. There's children. There you go. Little things coming, big things. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I can't see what you want. Right, and last but not least, we've got to say thank you to the bridesmaids, and I need more information before. But I'm sure you'll all agree that they look fantastic in their Cadbury's purple dresses. Just because they look like a dairy milk bar, though, you cannot unwrap them, gentlemen.
Damn.
And with the exception of Jim, but we don't want to know about that. So thanks, girls, for keeping Louise sane, or as sane as she can ever be, and ensuring that she wasn't her usual 45 minutes late. We also can't forget about the two gorgeous little flower girls, Autumn and Molly. We wholeheartedly thank you all. So we've got some gifts for you guys, so come on down and get them. Are they gone? Where are they? And the bridesmaids, come on. Now, on to the most important part of my life. Sit still for crying out loud, sure you. Just because your speeches are around 2, don't take it out on me. I'm doing tradition. So, Louise, now to the most important part of my life. Before I begin this section, a short health and safety message. Buckets are located underneath your seats. The fire exits are that way. Please feel free to use them if you feel the need to do so. I might get a little emotional at the start of this and start to well up, so I'm going to read this first part word for word off this paper. Hopefully now I've written, how I've written it, it will portray one of the most beautiful moments of my life. I'm sure you'll agree it was the start of something beautiful. Louise, you might recognise this day. It was a hot day, the sun was beating down. I remember it as if it was only yesterday. I was feeling a little nervous, and I remember slowly and anxiously walking to one of the most beautiful moments of my life. I've been waiting and hoping for years for a perfect moment like this, and when it did happen, it felt as good as the fairy tale stories made it out to be. Finally felt whole. Nay, I felt complete. I couldn't help but look forward to the future. It gave me butterflies in my tummy, put a huge grin on my face. Finally, it happened. My beloved Leicester City Football Club have won promotion to the Premier League. Bear with me, bear with me. What I'm getting at is that moment back in 1996 doesn't come close to the delight and euphoria that I've experienced today when I've married my soulmate, or my lobster, if you will. Louise, you're absolutely bonkers. You always tell me off for snoring, a lot. You can't cook. You hate vegetables, but you're a vegetarian. And you moan at me always for watching football. But, despite your oddities, I I can't imagine life without you. You're my rock, my foundations, my other half. I love you. And of course, you look fantastic in that dress. Thank you for keeping it under budget.
They say we're young and we don't know. We won't find out till we grow.
Well, I don't know if all that's true, 'cause you got me, baby, I got you. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got flowers in the spring. I got you to wear my ring.
I'm sad you're a clown, and if I get scared, you're always around. Don't let them say your hair's too long, 'cause I don't care. With you I can't go wrong.
Then put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain we can't climb. Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
I got you, babe.
I got you, babe.
I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
Right, I'm nearly finished, so that's almost it for the formal part of the day. Please feel free to loosen your clothing if you wish. Don't loosen anybody else's though. It's not that kind of party, Tom and Dawn. We've actually hired some fantastic entertainment for you later on. We've got a DJ, going to open up that partition over there, and we've got a live rock band for you, so that's going to be fantastic. So make sure you've all got your dancing shoes with you. But it's going to take an hour and a half to turn this room around. While you're out in that bar area, we've actually got a photo booth, so you can get instant photo prints with you dressed up in weird stuff, to be fair. But make sure you take full advantage of that. Group pictures will not be tolerated, however they will be used for collateral when negotiating good Christmas presents for anybody. So yeah. Just to finish, I want to read a cheesy little wedding plan I found on the internet. I thought it was just quite sweet. So I'll start with this. The perfect groom is gentle, never cruel or mean. He has a beautiful smile and keeps his face so clean. The perfect groom likes children and will raise them by your side. He'll be a good father and husband to his bride. The perfect groom loves cooking, cleaning and laundry too. He'll do anything in his power to show his love for you. The perfect groom is sweet, writing poetry from your name. He's a best friend to your mother and kisses away your pain. He'll never want to make you cry or hurt you in any way. And if this poem stands to be true, then Louise, I might be gay. And that concludes my speech. I can pass you on to Lindsay.
As it's Breckenwood tradition, the bridesmaids make a speech. As it's been said, welcome friends and family. Louise, who would have thought that chance meeting at 28 years ago in Mallorca would lead to this? Louise, it's been a long time waiting since you wanted to be a bride, but you made the most beautiful bride. You really did. I've seen Louise with a lot of boyfriends. Happy or in love as she is with Lee. The first time I saw you together as a couple, I just knew you belonged together. Lee, you treat her like the princess she deserves. You really do. I hope when I'm lucky enough to get married, I'm as happy as you two are together today. When we all witness you in church today making your vows, we all have no doubt that they will last forever. Louise and Lee, it's been a huge honour to be your maid of honour, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank you both for this opportunity. So please, but only a little sip, raise your glass to the bride and groom, Louise and Lee. Louise and Lee.
I'd like to thank, first of all, I'd like to thank Lee for his kind words about the bridesmaids, about the page girls, about us obviously, and everybody else that he thanked. So thank you for that, guys. And the other thing I'd like to thank everyone, I'd like everyone to raise a toast for absent friends, please. Absent friends. Okay, so before we start, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Matt, and I'm one of the best men.
And I'm Steve, I'm also one of the best men. This is work as well.
It's fine, don't worry. When I was at college, I didn't do too well at my GCSEs. So, when it came to do my A-levels, I had to drop back a level. What I did, when I first started taking my classes, and there was one person that appeared in all of them, which was Lee. To be honest, I thought it was a bit of a muppet, to be honest. But he had a car, so I felt bad. I wanted to be one of his best men today, and even though I'm horrified to be standing up in front of all of you, I'm glad. That was timing, wasn't it? I'm glad that I got the chance to be here in front of all of you today.
You forgot to say how horrified you are about speaking in front of people, which I share. I met Lee soon after moving up to Leicester, about 17, 18 years ago, and I just started at Wigston and didn't know many people, but soon met Lee whilst we were having a kick around at college. He was a bit cocksure of himself, to be honest, even though he spent more time on his arse than his feet. Outside of college he seemed quite quiet, and I like to think that I helped him socially to come out of his shell and introduced him to alcohol and women. Especially after he managed to get his fake ID, because we were babyface, we barely got past the bouncers. I'm going to pass you back to Margaret.
Okay. I found it incredibly difficult to write this speech. Lee would ask me to keep it clean, so I could take about 10 minutes there. Lee asked me not to mention any of his ex-girlfriends, so I can't mention Alice from the Vicar of Dibley, and I can't mention the girl with false teeth. I too decided to start looking on the internet, and found after a couple of hours that I've also found a couple, some decent stuff, and then started thinking about the speech again. So instead, I thought I'd start with a story from back when we were at college. It soon became clear that Lee fancied himself as a bit of a Jeremy Beadle style prankster. Would often hide somewhere and drop out on us. On one such occasion, I think we were at Paul's dad's, Lee decided to stick his head out of the hatch between the kitchen and the living room and scare the absolute crap out of me. At this point, I decided I would get some revenge. We were both driving at the time, and we were both heading back to Lee's house. When I got there, Lee left the door open. It was obviously in the toilet. So on my opportunity, I crept up the stairs and hid behind the door in his bedroom. I had the toilet flush, and I smelled the door open. I waited a couple of seconds and opened the door. Just while Lee's reaction, I succeeded in my revenge. Unfortunately, his bow had reacted in a similar way. To be honest, back then, I was a little worried about Lee. Far too many times, for my liking, he disappeared for about 5 minutes and reappeared in ladies' clothing. Whether it be his mum's dress or my wife's nightie. Either way, you can imagine I was quite pleased when Lou appeared on the scene. And so, as time went on, we got to know Louise, and we all became good friends. One of the things my wife and I loved to do with Lee and Lou was camping. Don't panic, not going to tell them. And on one such occasion, we learned their pet name for each other. We decided to go to Leicester in October, and surprisingly it wasn't that cold. Well, in the day anyway. So it was morning after a night of listening to a dinosaur story, Lee, when Chrissy and I heard Lee and Lou talking. It was then that we heard the affectionate term, face and lumpy knockers. Needless to say, we often like to remind them of these names when we've had a jar or two.
Which way? Towards you?
Yeah, that way. I don't know, I'm just thinking of the angle that you're going into. The other way. That's it, yeah. So you guys can get into it.
I wasn't really.
You got my
I never got the memo about keeping it clean, so I went about 10 minutes talking about Lee's torrid past, but as I've already pointed out to Lee, in order for me to talk about his past sex life, he actually needs to have one. It was so difficult for me to pick out one memory of Lee, so I'm going to tell you about a few occasions where he's made a bit of an arse of himself, or ended up in a compromising situation. One of the first times was I was giving him a backy back from school or college on my bike, Croggy. No, it's Croggy up here. Sorry. What's it? Oh, it's a backy. Yeah. So that's all right. And yeah, so we were going along, and I went up a curb, and Lee's foot slipped. Went straight through the back wheel of my bike. Locked the wheel, and we both ended up going straight over the handlebars and ended up in a heap. Now, at the time, we were lying there laughing our asses off, and didn't really think about my mum's pain in the arse boyfriend at the time. He'd recently bought me a bike. So we sort of made up a story, got back to my mum's, and I said that I hit a curb and the wheel buckled. And he didn't believe me, he was just like, no. I was really going on about it, and Lee was just sort of stood there completely white-faced. And so much so that my boyfriend took the bike back to Halford and had a go at the bloke behind the store clerk until we actually replaced the wheel, which I just thought was hilarious. Second time, we had a work student when I was about 17. We got so drunk that when we got back to my mum's house, I decided I was going to redecorate the bathroom. My orientation wasn't very good, and yeah, it was horrible. That wasn't the worst part of the night. Lee actually went to bed, and during the night he rolled over and threw up on my partially blind dog. And yeah, that was great. And then, well, the next morning we had the worst hangover of life. We had to go to work. So arriving 2 hours late, we arrived, and yeah, the two chefs had quit, so we were left there to make food for 40 residents all days. And with a hangover, it's not good blending food, and it was just rotten. It was. Right, speaking of animals, no, not like that. we had a weekend away with Paul Allen when we were probably about 18, and we all crashed at my dad's place. And after a particularly heavy night, Paul and I woke up to Lee screaming. My sister's cat had crept into our room and nestled himself on Lee's pillow. And decided he was going to pee all over Lee's head in the cushion. I think they call that karma, you know. But it was.
Will you be mine, my darling dear?
just a fool in love with you. Earth angel, the one I adore. Love you forever and evermore. I'm just a fool in love with you. I fell for you.
Right, where am I? Right, my absolute favourite was a summer holiday we went to Weymouth, and this cracks me up. I love that side of it. We're on the front in Weymouth, and I was busting for loo. I mean, it was horrible. And I sort of popped into the public loo on the front, and Lee followed me. Right, now I know the dirty-minded people with you are going to think something torrid there, right? But there's children present, right? It's a shame on you. You know, especially after listening to these cross-dressing past. I might add that there were a few times when he came back with makeup on as well. Anyhow, I digress. Lee had gone to your ride, and I gone into one of the cubicles, and I can't remember what we were talking about at the time, but it was a little bit heated. I mean, we weren't shouting at each other, but we were very sarcastic or whatever. And I said one of my sarcastic responses to Lee, and he got a bit worked up and walked to one of the cubicles and shouted, "Don't get cocky with me," and kicked one of the cubicle doors open. Now what Lee said next really had me in stitches for ages. All I heard was, "Shit, I'm really sorry mate, wrong cubicle." As this old man cowered under a very apologetic Lee standing there. We've been through a lot together through the years, both good and bad, and we've laughed together and cried together, and it's you know, and even though we've lived at the other end of the country for each other, I know that if either of us needed each other, then we'd be there in the shop. I would like to say that Louise is a very special woman. She's a very kind heart, great sense of humour, cheeky smile. So I'm happy that you've come into each other's lives and you're perfect for each other in every way. I wanted you to ask me to be part of your day. My only wish is that Lee's mum could have been here, but I know she's here in the spirit. She loved you, Lou, and she loved the fact that, you know, the happiness and the joy that you bring to each other's lives. And I wish you a long and happy, prosperous life together.
Okay, when I first met Lou, she was quite quiet and shy. I'm like Mario there. I have to say I was a little bit concerned that they wouldn't get along, knowing how loud and brash Lee can be. Like I said, it was soon squashed when I saw Lou after a drink or two. Louise, you're a lovely girl, and I'm so pleased that Lee has finally came to his senses and popped the questions. And I'm even more proud of yourself for giving in to him. I hope the pair of you will have a lovely life together. And on that note, I'd like ladies and gentlemen to stand together and have a toast to Knockers and Bumface.